This is our Value Snowman project. For this project, you're going to need a dark piece of construction paper. You're going to need crayons and maybe a pencil. This project can also be done on white paper, but you'll have to do it slightly different, and I'll show you how I'm going to do it here, and then I'll explain the difference if you're using white paper. Okay, so we're going to be creating this snowman at night after we read the book together in class. And this is going to be a value project. Now remember that value means how light or dark something is. So value in art is going to be light values are going to be highlights and areas where it's bright. Dark values are going to be shadows and more black areas where there's not light. Okay, so remember that this is all about light. Now if our snowman is at night, then the background is going to be sort of our base value. It's going to be sort of a mid-tone value, and we're going to create our snowman on top. So I'm going to draw 3 circles. I'm going to start with a circle that is small, and I'm going to do my best to draw a circle by myself without asking for help. It's okay if it's not perfect. And then see how I traced it in white. You can do that as you go, or you can wait till the end. Now I'm going to draw another circle, but I'm going to have it kind of overlap the one that I've already drawn slightly, and you'll see what that looks like here in just a moment. This is going to give the illusion that the snowman has those snowballs kind of fit on top of one another. My medium size one there, and then I'm going to do a nice big large one on the bottom. So small, medium, and large. The best circular drawing you can do is fine. Okay. You can go ahead and trace them in white to help you see them better. Now for our background, I'm also going to draw a line that kind of cuts through behind halfway that bottom edge. Okay. So this is going to become the ground. This will be the background sky, and then here is our snowman sections. Now remember, with value, and we practiced this a few weeks ago, with value you want to put a variety in your object, and when you're doing something that's round in value, you can do crescent moon shapes for your values, okay? So you can see here that I've got a highlight area on that side of the snowman because the light's coming from this side. And then if I take a dark blue crayon and do kind of the same thing on the other side, like so, that can be my dark values. Okay. So then I can go through and I can add my little details of my, I think these are supposed to be pieces of coal that make up the snowman's eyes and mouth. And then I can add a little orange for a carrot nose. I can even take my white crayon and add snow, maybe even some little frosty icicles coming off of that nose, kind of add some detail there. And I'm going to do the same thing for all 3 of these sections. The highlight area is going to be a crescent moon shape, and see how I'm kind of having it pretend like it goes behind this other circle that I started with up top. Okay, my dark blue for my dark value. You could also use a black crayon for the dark value. You could experiment with different colors if you want. Blue kind of reminds me of ice, so that's why I'm doing blue. Do some little buttons. Okay. And the same thing again here with the 3rd section. Yeah, just a little more. You can push really hard on that crayon over here on the edge, and you can kind of push less and less over here as you work your way towards the middle that section. And then the blue, darker value. You can do the same thing with the blue. You can put some lighter marks of the blue, kind of give a transition value in there. Okay, and then I'll put a little shadow over here with my blue color as well to show that it's casting a shadow on snowy ground. And speaking of snowy ground, you can color in the values of the background a little bit too. You could add some snowballs down here or something if you want. Okay, now I'm also going to put in some twig arms. I like to make the twigs look like they're real tree branches, so I give them some realistic looking tree branches that don't look exactly the same on both sides. And I'll use my white crayon to show that those branches have been snowed on by just going right up against the edge of that color of the brown tree branch and just doing a little bit of white right on top of it like that. And you could do some more icicles kind of melting down off of the tree branch if you want. You don't have to do that. The background can also use some more details, something like a snowflake or two. You could do, I like to make an X and a line through it like that, and then just add a couple little more lines around the outside to make a little snowflake. Like a little V going through each little section. Make some little interesting looking snowflakes. Make them all different. And then you can put some dots in there if you want to show smaller ones falling. You can even give your snowman a hat if you want. You can do, you know, a beanie style hat, kind of grasping the snowman's head a little bit. Trying to add in some details with that. Little puffball hat. You could give it a scarf if you want. I add a couple little details with my white crayon to make it stand out on this nice dark paper. That's why I like these crayons. You could also do this with colored pencil. I think crayons work really well though. Okay. And there you have your value study of a snowman. Nice winter piece. Okay, when you are finished, you need to upload this into the Google Classroom. I have attached a Google slide that you can make a copy of. Attach your artwork picture to it and put your name on it. And if you'd like to tell me about your snowman, there's also a space for that as well. Happy art making! If you are doing this project on white paper, you're going to have to do it slightly different. So you can either do it completely on a white piece of paper, or you can draw the sections of your snowman, color them in, cut them out, and paste them to a dark paper afterwards. It's up to you. And remember, things like a cardboard box, like the inside of a cereal box, or a brown paper bag also works, okay? So you're going to start by drawing the best circles you can, just like I showed you with the other demonstration. Okay, and this time you're going to leave your highlights over here and you're going to color in midtones carefully with your blue crayon. And obviously you're going to do a little bit more detail on your craftsmanship, so color it in really nicely. Get some nice smooth transition of values going in these midtones, so light to dark is what we're going for, just like when we did the sphere value. Okay, and then you can even take black to do the darkest values in there. So like I said, you can either draw this and then cut it out and paste it to a dark paper or a different paper of some kind. Wrapping paper would even be really cool. And then of course, you know, do your details of your snowman and everything. Now, if you're not going to be able to cut it out and paste it somewhere, you can color the background in dark. So color of the sky would be a bluish color of some kind, or something else if you want. But nice craftsmanship, you know, try not to leave lots of white breaks in the paper if you can. So color the whole background, and then make sure that you put your shadow for your snowman over here. Okay. But the whole background needs to be colored in, and then obviously your details of your snowman as well. Okay, so that is how you can do this same version of this project using only white paper. Okay, make it yours, add different details if you would like. You can even make something other than a snowman if you want. This is just kind of a fun idea for our winter break coming up, getting in this snowy season. Okay, so, and then just continue to color everything in, all right?